do the award for you, but what I want to do first is I want to hand it over to NCOs. Anders, so King, I will turn it over to you.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
All right. There's a lot to say about Sergeant Major Soto, so I have to check it out. But Sergeant Major Soto is the true embodiment of a non-commissioned officer. But not only that, true embodiment of a good human being, right? And because of that, you look at the SEO guys, our NCOs, our final infantry, define the roles and responsibilities for each rank and position in the NCO Corps, right? And I truly feel they could save a lot of time if they just put Sergeant Major Soto's picture where it says Command Sergeant Major. He is exactly what it is, right? Where you want it to be.
Okay, all right.
In the FM. Yes. Yep. But at the Sergeant Major levels, we always hear them preach talent management. And that never stops, even at the CSM level. Sergeant Major Soto is definitely the right person, the right leader at the right time to help us get in the right direction at the time. So if it wasn't for him, I don't think him and Colonel Smith as a command team working together, we all know where we were prior to their arrival. So I think that deserves a lot of recognition. As far as the human part of it, when I first got here, this is just from a personal side, and I know this is how he is just in general. He was the F3 Sergeant Major. I just worked in the F3 shop. I came here with my son, and every day, hey, Sergeant, you good? You need anything? And even brought me cigarettes on top of it. Young, but the first sergeants also, on behalf of the first sergeants, they wanted me to make sure that their appreciation for you, for listening to them, for working diligently for their company, manning issues, and all that other stuff that you help kind of rectify and get this strong. We're gonna miss, coming out here, walking down every formation, every soldier, no matter where we went. If there was a formation you were walking through and you were taking for the hand. Always. And that's a true testament to the type of leader that Sergeant Major Soto is for all of us. All that to say, on behalf of everybody, thank you, Sergeant. Thank you very much. It hurts to see you leave. But HMP Brigade is going to be phenomenal with not only your leadership, but most importantly, your mentorship. Thank you for everything. We wish you the best of luck. We know you're going to do outstanding things by your brigade.
Right.
On behalf of all the soldiers, non-commissioned officers, and officers of the Warrior Battalion, get some Sergeant Major speeches as well.
Very clean, very nice.
Yes, Sergeant Major.
Main Iowa. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
So it says,
Jason.
Command Sergeant Major Antonio J. Soto, Warrior 7, third row. On behalf of the soldiers, non-commissioned officers, and officers of the Warrior Battalion, we thank you for your leadership and humility. Your approach to command leadership has made an immeasurable difference in the lives of those assigned to the largest, most dispersed military battalion in the Army. Your legacy lives on in the echoing laughter and the distinct sound of your motivating voice throughout our halls. You are ever present and caring, never judgmental, always protective of your formation, placing the needs of those around you above your own. May you continue to lead at echelons higher than 709, never forgetting us, where you came from. Wish you the best of luck on your endeavors. And may you never change. Guarding those troops, warriors. All right. Hey, I'm going to save some of my comments because I do have a speech to give. But I did want to talk a little bit about, the impact he's had on this battalion. Sergeant King stole a lot of my thunder. For those of you that don't know,
Sergeant Major Soto has given a lot to the battalion and to the brigade, right? He's been in 554. He was a platoon sergeant, ops sergeant. He's mentored a lot of people that are still in this formation. Staff Sergeant Leslie remembers Sergeant First Class Soto ripping his ass for coming in to use the printer. And every time I see Staff Sergeant Leslie, he tells that story. Master Sergeant Murphy's walking around here somewhere. He's the provost sergeant for areas back there. He can tell you stories about the ops sergeant Soto in 554. He's left an indelible mark on all of these formations. So he was before he was the battalion sergeant major. He worked at the brigade as the S3 sergeant major. Then he came down to the battalion, and then as fate would have it, he became our Warrior 7, and at the right time. Since I've worked with him, he has worked tirelessly to take care of every single soldier, NCO, and officer in this formation, to include lieutenant colonels. I can tell you that. And that's something that he loves to do. As I was riding over with Major Nimchek, the other thing that he reflected on as we were talking about you is you're a different sergeant major. Right? You don't care if we're walking on the sergeant major's grass. You don't care if people's hands are cold. Put their hands in their pockets, and that's good. Don't lose that when you go to the 18th. So as you depart the battalion on a very long, how long is your flight? 17 hours. 17 hours. He flies over to Hawaii. So 17 hours. Is there anything significant that happens tomorrow? Fly. I know that there's something that happens tomorrow, and I figured you weren't going to say anything. But it's going to be your birthday. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to sing Happy Birthday to Warrior 7. All right? Starting with you, Major Nimchek, if you'll start us off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sergeant Major. Happy birthday to you. So we're going to do the award, and then I'm going to turn it over to Vigilant 7 to say a few things. But on behalf of the 709th NC Battalion, thank you for everything that you have done for us. You're probably the only sitting brigade sergeant major and battalion sergeant major that you do. Like the sergeant major of the Army have soldiers everywhere, but we are incredibly, incredibly proud of you. So, Danae, if you would, please present.
Attention to orders. The Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Command Sergeant Major Antonio J. Soto for exceptionally meritorious service, culminating as the Command Sergeant Major of the 709th Military Police Battalion. Command Sergeant Major Soto's leadership ability, technical knowledge, dedication to duty, and professionalism set the standard for all to emulate. His actions are in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, the 709th Military Police Battalion, the 18th Military Police Brigade, the 21st Theater Sustainment Command, and the United States Army. Given on the 7th day of August 2025, signed Ronald R. Reagan, Major General, Commanding.
Please give a round of applause.
Hey, a lot of great things. I don't know about that. The thing is, though, I've known Antonio for about 4 days. Come in, they come in, they're laughing, we're laughing, we get after it. So the thing is, though, that's where it started. That's where I really seen the leadership. That's where it all stems from, is leadership. Because that's what Command Sergeant Major is. Provide the leadership. But then we just get after it.
I want to appreciate it. You know, but the thing is, though, Antonio brought us in, my family and I, and we came in here, and it was a great reception. And then I really want to thank you and the Warrior Battalion. You know, I know you guys are torn every which way, especially me being a first sergeant here. You know exactly all the trials and tribulations Antonio, the first sergeants, the soldiers go through this battalion. Who actually, so, half of myself.
Yeah, I've got to speak as well. It's pretty long, but I just want to say for the soldiers out there, don't lock your knees, okay? Wiggle your toes a little bit. But you know, I'm going to be thanking a lot of people. I firmly believe, and it's listed in the speech as well. Like I didn't ascend to this position by myself, right? It's everybody out here in this formation. I know this is only a fraction of our battalion, but you know, it's that thank you extends to them at their when they're at their relations right now. But you know, I can't thank you enough. If I miss your name, I mean, there's so many soldiers out there, individual soldiers I've interacted with, platoon sergeants, first sergeants obviously, but field grades. You know, I can't thank you enough for the support that you've given myself, Warrior 6, and the entire soldiers of and officers of the time. That's what it's all about. You know, I don't necessarily think this ceremony is specifically about me, but it really reflects the entire warrior. Thank you so much. I think we can get it started.
Cool.
Section Major wanted to make sure that he pronounced all of the people's names right, and he thinks he's Warren. He's supposed to be.
Hey.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever.
Yeah, I get it, but it's Mike took yours? Ladies and gentlemen, please find your seats and silence all electronic devices. The ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Russell B. Smith, the commander of the 709th Military Police Battalion, welcome to the 709th Military Police Battalion Change of Responsibility Ceremony. Today, Command Sergeant Major Antonio J. Soto will relinquish responsibility as the 709th Military Police Battalion Command Sergeant Major to Command Sergeant Major Nicholas L. Barnum. We extend a sincere welcome to our distinguished guests. Among our distinguished guests for today's ceremony are Colonel Francisco A. Cortez, Commander, 18th Military Police Brigade, and Command Sergeant Major Jeffrey R. Freeby, 18th Military Police Brigade Command Sergeant Major. At this time, Specialist Lockett of the Headquarters and Headquarters Detachment, 709th Military Police Battalion, will now present Jennifer Barnum, spouse of Command Sergeant Major Barnum, a bouquet of yellow roses, welcoming her to the 709th Military Police Battalion. Yellow is the color of new beginnings and symbolizes her arrival to the Warrior Battalion. In time, Mrs. Barnum's rosebuds will blossom, as will her relationship with the soldiers and their families. Additionally, a single yellow rose is being presented to their daughter, Catalina Barnum, and a 709th Military Police Battalion coin is being presented to their son, Noah Barnum, as a welcome to the Warrior family. We also extend a warm welcome to their son, Austin Barnum, who is currently attending basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Standing before you are the units of the 709th Military Police Battalion. They are proudly represented by their unit's first sergeant and the soldier that best represents their formation holding the unit guidon. From left to right, those units are the Headquarters and Headquarters Detachment, led by First Sergeant Joseph Perry, the 92nd Military Police Company, led by First Sergeant Stevie Feliciano, the 527 Military Police Company, led by First Sergeant Justin Thomas, the 709th Military Police Battalion Color Guard, led by Sergeant First Class Kenneth King, the 529 Military Police Company, led by First Sergeant Derek Pineda, the 554 Military Police Company, led by First Sergeant Allison Burnett, the 615th Military Police Company, led by First Sergeant Brandon Roque, and the 108th Military Police Company Airborne Air Assault, attached to the 709th Military Police Battalion as the Rotational Request for Forces Company from the 503rd Military Police Battalion Airborne, 16th Military Police Brigade, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, led by First Sergeant Ethan Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Moore and remain standing for the presentation of colors and honors to the nation.
Please pray in your tradition as I pray in mine. It is said, first, the seeker must guard his senses, be calm, and follow the right instructions. The seeker should try to find good friends along the path and learn to put an end to sorrows. Even as faded leaves drop from the tree, so must craving and hatred fall away from the seeker. Command Sergeant Major Soto was seen to be calm, ready to follow, and to guide others to follow the right instruction. And in doing so, he was an admirable friend for the Warrior Battalion and their families to follow, that they might set aside their sorrows. We pray that as Command Sergeant Major Barnum receives responsibility, that he will likewise be known as a calm guide who guards his senses and inspires others to set aside their sorrows. We pray that Command Sergeant Major Soto and his family will carry joy and peace to their new assignment, and that they will remember the Warrior Battalion as fondly as they are remembered. Thus do we pray.
The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Russell B. Smith, commander of the 709th Military Police Battalion. The non-commissioned officer in charge for today's change of responsibility ceremony is the 709th Military Police Battalion S3 Operations NCOIC Sergeant First Class Kenneth P. King. The ceremony will begin when the NCOIC commands the units be brought to attention.
Bring your unit to attention.
The positioning of the colors at the center of the formation represents their presence at the forefront of the unit during the heat of battle. As the regimental system developed, units were assigned a specific color or number for its regimental colors. This was done to aid in identification and positioning on the battlefield. Their position at the front and center of the formation provided a point on which the unit could dress. For more than 2 centuries, the Stars and Stripes is the banner under which Americans have lived, fought, and died. More than a symbol, the flag is the embodiment of our government, people, ideals, and values.
All your presence. You have to change your responsibility. Bring your unit. Set arm.
Please be seated.
Bring your unit. Order arm. Raise rest.
The change of responsibility is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the colors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for they represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major, who is the senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. Sergeant First Class King passes the colors to Command Sergeant Major Soto. Ladies and gentlemen, the Order of Relief for Command Sergeant Major Soto. Having served faithfully and with distinction, you are hereby relieved of responsibility as the Command Sergeant Major of the 709th Military Police Battalion. Command Sergeant Major Soto passes the battalion colors to Lieutenant Colonel Smith, signifying the relinquishing of his duties and gratitude for the opportunity to care for the warriors. Lieutenant Colonel Smith passes the battalion colors to Command Sergeant Major Barnum, charging him with the responsibility and authority that comes with his position. Charge of orders for Command Sergeant Major Barnum. Let it be known from this day forward that the commander of the 709th Military Police Battalion has placed special trust and confidence in your patriotism, dedication, integrity, and leadership abilities. Therefore, you are hereby appointed as the Command Sergeant Major of the 709th Military Police Battalion. Command Sergeant Major Barnum returns the colors to the non-commissioned officer in charge. The changing of positions between Command Sergeant Major Soto and Command Sergeant Major Barnum indicates that Command Sergeant Major Barnum has officially assumed responsibility of the 709th Military Police Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 709th Military Police Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Russell B. Smith.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Colonel Cortez, Command Sergeant Major Mrs. Freeby, Jamie, Mrs. Barnum, our Feldjäger partners, Colonels Gosling and Kuzumani. Thank you very much for coming here. We really enjoy our partnership with you all. DES colleagues, distinguished guests, friends and families of the 709th Military Police Battalion, thank you all very much for being here today as we say a bittersweet goodbye to one of the greatest non-commissioned officers I've ever had the pleasure of working with and knowing. Command Sergeant Major Soto, it feels impossible to encapsulate everything that you've brought to this battalion. I could stand here and talk all about your accomplishments as a CISM, but that isn't what made you you. So much of what makes you an exemplary Sergeant Major is the intangible, but I'll try to capture it for everyone else who didn't have the privilege to experience it firsthand as I did. It wasn't what Sergeant Major did for this battalion, it's who he was for us. Sergeant Major Soto was dedicated. He is the hardest working person I know. He gave 150% every day when he walked through the doors of our battalion headquarters or the random hotels that we walked out of. During his 2 years as a battalion command sergeant major, he saw this unit through 5 transitions of rotational force companies, multiple battalion CPXs, a multinational exercise, upwards of 30 iterations of Operation Trident Spear, and more Feldjäger partnership events than I can count. And boy, were they a lot of fun. Through all of this and through all of the change, he stood steadfast and unwavering. Ultimately, his leadership resulted in HHD and earning the Major General Banholtz Award for the best MP detachment in the Army, and 615th and the 529th MP companies winning the Sword of Freedom Awards for the best company in USAG. This battalion owes you so much of its success to your example. Sergeant Major Soto was a mentor to everybody, soldiers, NCOs, officers, and yes, that includes the lieutenant colonel. He would drop anything he was doing if somebody needed his guidance or even just an ear to listen. There was never a time that I came to him with a problem that he did not have a solution. As a commander, I couldn't have asked for a better counterpart to share in this roller coaster of command. Command Sergeant Major Soto was fiercely loyal, and his pride in this unit was absolutely unmatched. He strives to be the best in everything he does. The only time you'll see him get fired up is when somebody messes up drill and ceremony. So, Sergeant Major, I hope this ceremony lives up to your expectations. Your winning attitude was contagious, and you've made everyone proud to be a warrior. Sergeant Major Soto was the embodiment of an NCO and the backbone of this organization. He restored hope in the soldiers that their leaders out there care for them, and he is not scared to get his hands dirty. I can attest to this because I watched him fix a Mark 19 on a range that was deemed unserviceable. You see, the Mark 19 just really needed a little love, and our soldiers and officers needed a little training on how to make that Mark 19 work. So Sergeant Major delivered both within 10 minutes and was able to get that weapon firing, our NCOs pointing out targets, and our gunners taking them down. Sergeant Major took the principal lead from the front, and he internalized it, and he let it drive everything he did. Most importantly, Sergeant Major Soto was a friend to me. Through all the late nights, early mornings, weekends cut short, and weeks I thought would never end, he had my back and never once faltered. That means more to me than I can ever put into words. Sergeant Major Soto, you have been the command sergeant major that every commander wishes was their battle buddy. The one NCO that I have had to be a mentor. CSM, as selfish as it sounds, I want to keep you here. However, I know that the 8th MP Brigade is ready for you. But they cannot comprehend the caliber of NCO that's coming their way. I can only consider myself, we can consider ourselves lucky that we got to ride this wave together with you for the last year. So I will send you off with this. Warrior 7, on behalf of the Warrior Battalion, we wish you nothing but the best, but I know that wherever you go, you will make that unit the best. You have set this battalion on a trajectory for greatness that will long live after your tenure. It has truly been my privilege to serve alongside you, and I look forward to the days our path crosses again. Aloha. Sergeant Major Barnum, welcome to the Warrior Battalion. We're super happy to have you and your family here. Your lovely wife, Jennifer, Austin, who is away at basic training, Catalina, and Noah, welcome to our team. Sergeant Major Barnum comes to the Warrior Battalion from the great place, Fort Hood, Texas, where he served as the Provost Sergeant Major for 3 Corps, an experience that I am confident will serve you well as you take over as Warrior 7. I look forward to you taking this battalion to new heights and everything that we can accomplish under your leadership, Sergeant Major. I look forward to working with you together as Warrior 6 and Warrior 7. Ever vigilant, Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former Command Sergeant Major Antonio J. Soto.
All right. Good morning. Distinguished guests, friends, families of the 709th Military Police Battalion, and those that are watching virtually. Thank you for your attendance today. I will try to remain on script, okay? I'm already getting off script actually right now, but as I go through this, there might be something that sparks my memory that I might say that was a spectacular moment or whatever the case may be. But first, I want to take a moment and recognize the soldiers standing in formation. They are a testament of the discipline, dedication, and unwavering commitment of the battalion to the support of the USRAF AOR. Could you please assist me and give them another round of applause? They look great. They look great, First Sergeants. I would like to extend a few words of gratitude to Colonel Froelich, Colonel Stearns, Command Sergeant Major Cordery, and Command Sergeant Major Freeby. Your faith and confidence in my leadership and dedication to the soldiers of the Warrior Battalion. Thank you for trusting me with these spectacular formation, these soldiers. I truly appreciate your continued mentorship and counsel throughout these 3 years. And that includes Brigade 2 and Battalion S3 Sergeant Major and Command Sergeant Major of the battalion. So the entire time. But Sergeant Major, I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Lieutenant Colonel Smith, Warrior 6, my battle buddy, my friend, confidant, somebody who I could go behind closed doors and damn near cry. I wish we could have been a team sooner. In a little over a year, I'm amazed at how the battalion has positively transitioned under your command. You are a true commander's commander. Your positive attitude, approachable demeanor is infectious and has had rippled throughout the battalion. I will miss our conversations, our laughs, and our interactions with some of the most unique and incredible soldiers in the Army. Never knowing what interesting facts, hobbies, or unfiltered confessions they discuss with us. All the while, the first sergeant commander holding their breath on what's about to come out next. Thank you for being there for me and trusting my advice and counsel. I wish you and Nina and the kids the very best, and you will always have a place to stay in Hawaii. Aloha. Thank you. I've had the privilege to work alongside some amazing field grades. From my time as the Battalion S3 Sergeant Major, Brigade S3 Sergeant Major, and throughout my time as a Battalion Command Sergeant Major. Majors Zamora, Almy, Nemchek, Balicki, Werner, and Kleber, and Major Matwijik. Thank you for your unwavering dedication. All of you impacted me positively, and without fail, went from zero to let's go in the support of the battalion and its soldiers. I cannot thank you enough. I can't forget about my warrants either. The battalion has been truly blessed by the professionalism and subject matter expertise of Chief Z, Chief Lucchini, and Chief Showers. You always had the answers, and I'm going to miss our banter and the confused looks of soldiers as we're shouting across at each other in the parking lot. They're like, what is going on and why are people yelling? I know the battalion's success isn't because of me. It rests on the soldiers of the best commanders and the first sergeants in our regiment. On multiple occasions, Lieutenant Colonel Smith and I have sat back and reflected on how incredible each of you are. I want to personally thank First Sergeants Feliciano, Thomas, Pineda, Burnett, Roque, and Smith, and Perry, especially First Sergeant Perry. I know when it came to Med Pros, brother, I just apologize right now. I'm probably the worst offender in the formation, but thank you for policing me up, First Sergeant. I really do. Everybody's got a First Sergeant, and mine was First Sergeant Perry. There are several others who I've had the privilege to serve with, and you know who you are. Thank you for the laughs, hosting dinners during BFCs with me and Warrior 6, the candid professional feedback, and the sacrifices you made to support your soldiers and your companies. I'm going to miss our rendezvous and your shenanigans out at Oberrottstetten training area and Warrior Compound. You are all amazing leaders, and you have an incredible future in front of you. To Sergeant First Class King, it's almost over, brother. Hang in there. All right? Thank you for putting on an incredible ceremony. I can't thank you enough for your professionalism and commitment to me for the past 2 years, fulfilling my ambitious quarter competitions, putting up with midnight 2 a.m. ruck marches, constructing fighting positions until the daylight and the sun came up. And I just want to apologize one last time, again, for that slick log over the water. But you must admit, everything looks scarier in the dark. I want to thank the battalion staff. You're the engine that runs this battalion. Your dedication and faithful service while juggling the largest and most geographically dispersed battalion is remarkable. Without fail, you rose to and exceeded my expectations, and I can't thank you enough. Lieutenant Walker, Sergeant Escobedo, my S1 staff, countless hours running through the numbers. When I first took over, we were sitting at maybe 73% manned, but I think it was a dinner with myself and Sergeant Major Freebie talking to Branch. Really expedited. Now we're up in over the 90 percentiles, and we can all feel that impact as now the law enforcement commitment is shared by more soldiers. But I couldn't have done it without the S1 staff and also the brigade staff as well. So I'd like to recognize the brigade staff. I know, especially as the battalion command sergeant major, I wasn't the easiest person to work with, and I was stubborn in my ways. Just know that the reason for that is because I was completely loyal to the battalion and warrior soldiers. I know it's not easy always reaching to your higher headquarters, and it's hard being the biggest show in the brigade. However, I want to thank you for your patience, and I reassure you that I'm a really nice guy, I promise.
I want to take a moment and personally recognize Safety Jeff. I've had the opportunity to work with several DA civilians in my career, and by far, hands down, Mr. Buchanan has to be the hardest working DA civilian in the Army. You are a true professional and dedicated to safety and security of our soldiers, and have this incredible dedication to cut grass. In fact, I came in on a Donza one weekend, and I saw Safety Jeff out there weed eating the parking lot. And I think it was either a Sunday or Saturday or a Monday. But either way, I said, I was like, Jeff, what are you doing? What the heck are you doing? And he's like, Sergeant Major, this is the only damn time I can cut these weeds with all these cars in here. I was like, facts. Jeff, I can't thank you enough for everything you do, not only for the safety of the soldiers, but also the motor pool as well. You always gave us the opportunity to fix the issues, and you brought it to the commander's attention, and you let us fix it at the lowest level, and I can't thank you enough. Special thank you to Dr. Barnhart. Your counsel, both personally and professionally, has been instrumental to my success. I cannot explain to you how impactful your insight for Warrior 6 and I has been. Your care and concern for our soldiers was evident and allowed Warrior 6 and I to ensure the health and welfare of our formation. Thank you. I want to thank the battalion drivers, Sergeant Mirren, Sergeant Colling, Specialist Doherty. I know it isn't easy, and sometimes it can be unpredictable, but you made it seem effortless. From managing our calendars, planning, scheduling our BFCs, and all the little special projects around the battalion I have you doing. Thank you so much, keeping me on time, in the right uniform, and in the right place. Thank you so much. Nick, congratulations to you and your family. Your selection is as Warrior 7. I wish there was a formula I could give to you that would solve every issue that's going to come your way in the next 2 years. But that would take all the fun out of it. You have an amazing and experienced team. Listen to their counsel and recommendation, and you won't go wrong. I'm always here for you, brother. For anything you need, just give me a call. Congratulations again. For the soldiers of the Warrior Battalion, as I said earlier at the award ceremony, I firmly believe that this ceremony is not about me. It's about you. It's about every soldier that has came before you as a HHD 527, 615, 554, 615th. I already said 529, 527. I'm going to say them all again because I don't want to miss anybody. 92nd. This ceremony is about the soldiers that came before you, you in formation, and everybody out there that's not here today, and anybody that's going to come after you. I have one last request of you, that you show the same dedication, heart, and devotion to Sergeant Major Barnum that you have shown me. He is a phenomenal leader and will no doubt take care of you. In closing, Major Nemchek always says I have a great story after the weekend. So, sir, I have a story to tell. As I depart tomorrow from my other job, I reflect back to when I was a 23-year-old staff sergeant in 2007. I know, I just aged myself. With my birthday being tomorrow, which I completely forgot about too. But thank you so much, sir, for reminding me. Thank you for the card, sir, HHG Commander. Thank you so much. While attending a battalion quarter competition for the 716th MP Battalion Peacekeepers in Fort Campbell, during the formal portion of the board, sitting across from me was a very tall, ominous, and slender, now retired Command Sergeant Major Richard Woodring. As I wrapped up my bio, just as you do, I ended it with my short and long-term goals. And I remember for my last long-term goal, I said, Sergeant Major, my goal is to retire nothing short than a brigade CSM. Well, Sergeant Major, I didn't disappoint.
and I was true to my word. This will defend, ever vigilant, Warriors. Warrior 7 signing off the net.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Command Sergeant Major of the 709th Military Police Battalion, Command Sergeant Major Nicholas L. Barnum.
Good morning, Colonel Cortez, Command Sergeant Major Freebie, Jamie, Lieutenant Colonel Smith, distinguished guests, family, friends, and soldiers, NCOs, officers of 709th Military Police Battalion. Thank you for attending today's Change Your Responsibility ceremony. It is truly an honor to stand before you today as I assume responsibility as the Command Sergeant Major of 709th Military Police Battalion, the legendary Warrior Battalion. I am incredibly humbled and excited to join this exceptional team of professionals who continue to uphold the highest standards of discipline, readiness, and law enforcement excellence across the European theater. To the soldiers and leaders of 709th, your reputation precedes you. You look terrific this morning, and it is my honor to stand before you as your Command Sergeant Major. You are not only known for your operational excellence, but your relentless commitment to mission success and your unwavering dedication to the soldiers you lead. I've followed this battalion's footprint closely, whether supporting law enforcement operations, deployments, or strengthening strategic partnerships, and it's clear that you are the best at what you do. I look forward to learning from you, standing beside you, and serving with all the energy, focus, and dedication I can give. Colonel Cortez and Command Sergeant Major Freebie, I look forward to working with you both. And I do not take this responsibility lightly, and I will work every day to earn and sustain your trust and confidence. Most importantly, I want to express my deepest gratitude and love to my wife, my best friend, Jennifer. You are the foundation of our family, the voice of reason, and my constant source of strength, and all while leading your own successful career. I couldn't do this without you, and I absolutely would not be here without you. This transition from Fort Hood was not easy, but your resilience, support, and love carried me through every challenge. Thank you for your sacrifices, your patience, and your strength. I love you more than words can express. To my children, Catalina and Noah, your pride in what I do gives me purpose every day. I work hard to show you that with big dreams, focus, and determination, there is nothing you cannot achieve. I love you both, and I thank you for being on this journey with me. To my oldest son, Austin, who couldn't be here today because he's currently attending basic training at Fort Jackson, I could not be more proud of you. Starting your own journey in the United States Army fills me with pride beyond measure. Stay focused, stay motivated, and know that your family is cheering you on every step of the way. Command Sergeant Major Soto, thank you for your support during our transition to Germany. Your professionalism made a significant impact on my family's arrival. Most importantly, thank you for handing over a well-trained, well-led, and highly disciplined battalion. May God bless you and your family in your next chapter. I assure you, your formation is in good hands. Leadership is not a destination, it's a journey. And today, I step into what I believe will be the most rewarding and challenging chapter of my career. While continuity is vital, embracing change is equally important. I look forward to serving alongside my battle buddy, Colonel Smith, and building upon the outstanding legacy that the soldiers and leaders of this battalion have already established. But to the Warrior Battalion, I'm all in. I will give you everything I have as we continue to build readiness, develop leaders, and take care of our people. Let's lead with purpose. Let's operate with discipline. Let's continue to make this battalion an example for all others to follow. Ever vigilant, Warriors, Warrior 7, signing on.
Bring your unit to attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Military Police Regimental March, the Army Song, and the retiring of the colors.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high day, the army's on its way. Gallop cage is loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Take charge of the formation. Warriors. First on, take charge. Warrior.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Command Sergeant Major Soto will remain at the parade field. Please take a moment to wish him a fond farewell. Please join Command Sergeant Major Barnum in the reception area located at the Tower View Conference Center. Guardians of the Troops.
Warrior!